Hi, this tutorial is on a really simple but awesome website called Rewordify.com. So I've clicked Rewordify and typed it into Google. And I'm going to go ahead and click the link. So what Rewordify can do is it can literally reword something that's really difficult for your students. And this isn't something that I started using until this year because I am now teaching 8th grade ELA and I was previously teaching seniors. But there's so many ways that I use this now, and there's so many ways that I think I could have used this in the past had I known about it. So as you can see, it's not a really complex type of page, but it does some really powerful stuff. So what I want to do is I want to take a paragraph from chapter 1 of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and I want to reword it to a more simpler level, because what I'm thinking is that I'm currently in a horror unit with my students, and if I can reword some of Frankenstein, I might take a section, maybe chapter 5, where the monster is created, and I would have my students who are in 8th grade read the text, and we would kind of relate that back to, what is horror, what's the horror genre, how does Shelley's work fit into that. If I were to give them the original text, they'd probably have no idea, or at least most of them, as 8th graders. So I'm going to click Rewordify, and you can see what it did. It highlighted all the difficult words that it changed, and I can actually now click on these words. Effectual was the original word, and it gave me effective as a synonym. Conceal was the original word, and it gave me hide, which is much easier and more on my students' level. I can also click the sound button here, and I can have it pronounce the word for me. Here's a whole phrase that was highlighted. So the word was despair, but they changed to feelings that there is no hope. If I want to look at the original text in its entirety, it's right here. And then furthermore, I can do a couple things. I can click the stats button, and so this can tell me the average reading level. Well, this is similar to a Lexile, but it's the read score, and it tells you what that is here. But it tells you the difficulty of the text, the reading ease, the Lexile density. It breaks down the number of words, the sentence count. You can hit print learning activities. And this is really cool because it can create a vocabulary list of those words with definitions or without definitions. It can create a word bank for a quiz, a closed reading activity. You can export the information, and then you can also click this parts of speech button up here. And if you were having a kid who is having difficulty with parts of speech, this actually has documented each part of speech from what I rewordified here. This is great for English class, and especially, like I said, for middle school, but I think this could be useful for a student who has accommodations or needs some extra help. Likewise, I think this would be amazing for social studies when looking at primary sources. A lot of that language is really difficult, but if you rewordify it, you can make it a lot easier for the students. I hope this is as useful for you as it is for me. There's a lot of possibility with it, even though it is a really simple site.